Okay, now it is time for Texas Chainsaw: The Next Generation. Which I mean, there's I can't even really quantify the general thoughts because as I said before with the previous films, it's the way that this franchise is. It's just hard to really just grasp on to the general direction of a lot of it and the idea and the plot and whatnot. This one again was just,
Special.
I mean, it starts off with what these kids uh, at
At a
a prom.
prom, yeah, prom, some kind of dance or
It's just these
whatever.
like what, like four random kids, and then next thing you know, okay, they get on the road. Within like the first 3 to 5 minutes, next thing you know, they're going this off road and car issues and whatnot. And next thing you know, they're just running into these weirdos, and it's just like, first of all, okay, some of the logic and reasoning in this straight up is just,
There are none.
I mean, they act like they said that they're like lost or whether it was too dark. I'm like, well, it wasn't that damn dark. Like, it looked like it was pretty decently lit, all things considered. I remember that bit. And then just like the way that they're starting off and the way that these people are characterized, especially the one like douchebaggy character. I'm just like, again, I'm just lost immediately right out the gate with these people, and I'm just like, these are really the characters that we have to work with here? And I'm baffled almost. Like, I don't know about you, but
Well, but that's really no different than some of the other things we've
yeah,
watched.
but to this level though, like I said, I mean, because
Yeah, it
each
was really
film is like almost like a
weird.
soft reset each and every time. So like I said, there's not really a linear path line or rhyme or reasoning as to how Leatherface is this with this. It's
Yeah, the
another
whole
family. It's like the same family but different every single time. Because like in Texas Chainsaw 2, like, yeah, he took a chainsaw to the gut. The third one, he's fine, but it's not with his old family. It's with these other people. They're like, it's like he's going through these, finding these random hillbillies that are insane, just as insane as
being
his other
adopted.
ones, and like being readopted into families and shit. I don't know. I'm just completely lost. And
It
this one, it just starts so random. It's just so random the way that you're introduced to these kids, the way they go out, they act like they're all lost, and like, oh, where we going, doing this and that, and then run these people, like the one woman, and like she just randomly flashes herself out the window to these kids that are throwing stuff through a
well,
window. I'm
cause
like, what is
yeah.
happening here? I don't get it. Like, it's really one of those ones that breaks my brain trying to
free
understand
free
it.
show.
Yeah, I mean, not
So,
not much to complain, but I'm
I
also
guess,
not really
yeah.
understanding what we're the reasoning behind this. Like, say you're breaking my window, but I'm gonna flash myself at you in return. I'm like, well, it seems like a pretty fair trade-off on their part, but not for, I don't get it.
Well, I mean, I guess I can reason that part. I mean, we haven't gotten to the whole creepy family yet at that point, but and also at that point you don't really know her role, but um it serves as a distraction to draw the kids in and make them like
Yeah,
comfortable or
you
whatever,
get
and
the gist,
then
obviously, but
yeah.
again, the way this is executed, you're just left like, what is going on? I don't understand it, and like, it's just too random. It's far too random, and once you actually do get
The
to,
tow truck, yeah.
yeah, to the tow truck and all this and that. And of course, it's the one with Matthew McConaughey. Now he's very much like the Viggo Mortensen of this one,
Yeah,
although I would say Viggo Mortensen was probably a better version. I mean, Matthew McConaughey, okay, like I said, for what it is, like him,
he did really well. It
yeah,
was
I mean, it was
really
a good
creepy.
performance, but still within the context of a lot of it, like, yeah, I understand he's crazy, he's out there, but even still within the general context of like what we're getting out of this, even that, it still seems out of place almost. Because I'm like, who are you? What is your deal with Leatherface? And who, like, I don't know, I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's absolutely insane, and not to mention Leatherface himself or herself, I guess you want. It's more like drag esque Leatherface, which is very odd, especially towards later scenes, like at the end of the movie, like when Renee Zellweger is like the one girl left, and yeah, like the dinner table scene
Yeah.
that they recreate every single time. It's like she like yells in his face, it'd be like, "No, you sit your ass down," basically. And he's like, "Oh, And I'm like, what is this version? Like, what are they going with here? I don't get it. There's just no sense of direction in it.
Yeah, it was weird.
You honestly, I just again, as I said before, like it's hard to really truly quantify your feelings about it, but they just progressively get stranger, and I'm like, I honestly can't quite quantify the general plot and understanding of what this film was really doing. I just don't. I can't tell you. It's just more Texas Chainsaw, but getting that much fucking weirder as it goes
Yeah,
on.
I was gonna say shit mixed.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it just honestly, like I, especially since like it's been a minute since we actually watched it, but I do remember it. But it's just
Yeah.
I can't tell you. I couldn't tell you what, and especially towards the end when he tried to explain where I guess there's some sort of cult type of thing,
Yeah,
like
the
the one
suit
dude that
guy.
came, yeah, and they're trying to
Oof.
explain and it's like I don't get. And Matthew McConaughey on top of that, he has like some sort of brace on him and it's like control. He has like all these various like TV remotes and stuff that he uses. He swaps out when one's not working. They use I'm like, and he's absolutely losing his freaking mind. I just it's for as enjoyable as it is just watching him chew the scenery. That's the best you get out of it. If not for that, then and even Renee Zellweger, she I guess she does fine enough, but even then, like her, she has like next to no character whatsoever. She's just there to be that girl, and just I mean I can't. I don't know about you. Will you have anything particular here? Because I can't. I
Um,
it's hard for me to really.
let's see. Yeah, the from the beginning, it was weird. You didn't really know what was going on until obviously they were in the car and driving
Hmm.
in the woods. It's like, okay, then it must be coming up, or we'll get to see the people.
Yeah.
And there's not much to really like about these characters. They were just, I don't know, eh. And yeah, the like office manager or whatever that little building was. I don't know. And the chick with the flashing, that was weird. She wasn't horrible, I guess. Um, and then when we get to McConaughey, when we first meet him, the tow truck, and then he
Hmm.
offs the kid. That was, yeah, he was really creepy. I'm gonna give him that. He did
Yeah,
that
I mean,
really
like again,
well.
he's doing his job, but
Yeah,
still, like even,
it's
but you can't be
really
this,
freaking weird.
like, but you can't have everything else around him be as outlandish as he is, or it's just not gonna, the
I
tone is just
know,
gonna get lost.
I know. It
There's just
got it
no,
got washed
it's
out.
not comparable. It's just it was like white noise, like just all of it, because the characters at first, especially once they start going into the woods and everything, like first the acting was terrible. The way the dialogue was delivered at first, I was like, wow, this is probably going to be yeah, as bad as what most people say it is. And of course, we've done enough reviews. We've seen the dark side of a lot of these franchises. But this, and usually I can at least quantify and at least give you an understanding of like what's happening. It's just maybe not that well done and stuff like that. Like you may get like bad acting here. And this one, again, it's just a mess. It's just an absolute mess. It's one of the worst ones of any of these franchises. Like you said, Seed of Chucky is bad, and I get it. But I get that
It is
movie, but I get
freaking
what
bad.
it is. I
Yeah,
get
you
what it's
could
trying
tell
to do.
what's going on,
I
but
understand like there are characters, there's at least understanding of what they're doing. It's like I get what they're.
this is literally
I
like
can give you an
spaghetti on the
understanding.
wall.
Exactly, and it's just too effing weird. And honestly, if not for Matthew McConaughey, it would be in other
Yeah.
ways. But he gives you what you're at least wanting to try to get something to grab onto. I mean, he's there for that. But other than that, I'm like, this is just an absolute way. I couldn't tell you. Like,
I
especially with this version
know.
of Leatherface, it's just not even.
It was
It's not Leatherface. It's
no,
just.
it was weird. Like I think was this the one or was it the last one where I thought it was just like a weird autistic child,
Uh,
like
uh,
severely autistic.
no, I'm pretty sure it was this one. It just comes
Yeah,
across that.
I
Well, that's the thing.
mean,
It's like you would get shades of that. Like at least in the previous movies, you have an idea or at least a theory that
yeah,
like he's either maybe somewhat autistic or maybe like somewhat like a big child in a sense, or just
yeah.
like he or he's just whatever. He's not
But
all
this
there.
was
You
really
get that sense like yeah, you
bad.
could guess like which one in more in particular that what Leatherface is mentally, but this one is just like he's not a real threat at all. He's just like a big
Mm-mm.
dummy that's just there on the sideline. It's just I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's just very effing weird.
Yeah,
It's too
I felt
weird.
bad. I'm sure this guy could have really been a good Leatherface, but it was
Yeah, I don't.
you feel bad watching it because that's the sense that I got from it, and then everybody else was just
I mean, because
I don't
yeah,
know.
because I mean, because I've given you the rundown and the details and like said, yeah, like the nuance of certain things with certain movies and whatever. But this one, again, like I said, it's just too much of just pure randomness and just nonsensical. Where I couldn't I like you can't really review it. It really is. It's one you just cannot quite review. It's just too out there and just too
Even the
random to
second
really
one
give you a
was not that bad.
no, I mean, like I say, I see what the second one was trying to be. Like I said, half of it, I kind of like half of it. I'm just not really sure, but also, like I said, that one I could kind of tell you at least a little bit
Yeah,
more. But this one is just like that one.
straight up, like random weird shit going on. All you can't really follow, but at least the second one with all that crazy, there's you can follow it along. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so with that said, honestly, we could just probably end it pretty quickly there because again, there's just not really much to say about it. It really is not. It's just too much of a mess. And like I say, you can give like each entry like its own feeling and like a soft reboot, but it's one again, it's something where you just there's no true connective tissue with each of these sequels. It really is not. Like I said, there are elements about the third one I like. I kind of get why some people wouldn't, but at least like I said, there was something there, like Ken Foree and that one. And
Yeah,
again, Viggo Mortensen.
that one was
There were
good
performances
compared to
there, and
this
even
one.
the main girl I like. Like I said, yeah, it's a bit too, like I said, offset from the previous ones, but there was still something there to chew on. This one is just like next to nothing, other than just watching Matthew
It's like
McConaughey
trying to
lose his
give you
shit. That's it.
tofu.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's just a mess of a film. I gotta give it like a just a one, and that's
I
I mean it's one of those ones again I couldn't really rewatch at all unless I'm just if I'm like just drunk as hell, if I'm just like turning on just for like the last like 30 minutes just to watch Matthew McConaughey be absolutely batshit, then you might get a little something out of it. Other than that, there's next to nothing to get out of it at all.
but
It's
I'd
just
rather watch
crazy.
this than Seed of Chucky. I think I'd rather watch anything than
Yeah,
Seed of
I
Chucky.
can. I'd watch Cedar Chucky.
Don't care.
Over
Nope, nope,
this.
nope, nope.
I
Not
would
gonna
watch
happen.
Cedar
Not gonna
Chucky
happen.
over this, honestly.
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
There's
mm-mm.
more to
Yeah,
Cedar
I
Chucky
know there's a linear thing to Seed of Chucky, but I don't care. It was
than.
so bad.
Well, we can agree to
So
disagree
bad.
on that one.
Mm-mm.
This one just gives you nothing feasible whatsoever. Like I said, that at least I can understand. There's something there, but this is just too. It's just yeah. Anyway, yeah, so that'll do it for our review of the Texas Chainsaw: The Next Generation, an absolute train wreck of a film. Honestly, you watch it again, you just don't really know what they were going for at all. Like I said, no
Mm.
resemblance of a plot or direction or any idea. It's just there. It's just some shit that happened. That's all it is. It just happened.
They put a turd in a box and called it a Texas Chainsaw movie.
Yeah, yeah. It's just shit show. Anyway, yeah. So we'll wrap it up with that right there. So we'll be moving on to the next film. Thank you very much for watching. If you did, bye for now.